One of the oldest and easiest hacking techniques is social engineering. Social engineering can be performed by cyber criminals or by you and I. What is social engineering? This is a psychological manipulation technique used by cyber criminals to deceive individuals into revealing information. So they're not, very technical, but they use psychology. They know what are the right words to tell you to convince you to reveal information, to click on the link, to provide your credit cards, your social security numbers, your personal information, your addresses. And the human factor, it's always the weakest link in terms of security. That's why social engineering most of the time works, because humans are always the weakest links. You can have the strongest firewalls, you can have the biggest level of encryption, but if someone decides to give out their password and username to cyber criminals, they you are going to be breached. So it doesn't have to be, as much as you secure the organization with the best technology, you also have to train your users. So what are some of the social engineering attacks? First, you have phishing. Phishing is a very common one. This is sending malicious emails that appear to be from a legitimate source. So in the previous video, we talked about phishing, malicious, sending malicious emails. You have links on the emails. You have it's usually a generic, email like that, like dear valued customer. There is a link to be clicked. Most of the time as well, like if you take a look at this email, you'll see that it's too good to be true. For example, they're telling this person that there's a $500 weekly pay, and then there's a file attached. So they're asking the person to download the file. This other email right here, it's usually there's a sense of urgency, like your password will expire in 24 hours, and then there's a URL. Click on the URL and to reset your password. Probably if you click on the URL, you will be sending your information to people who are not authorized to. So phishing, one of the most common social engineering attacks, which should absolutely be avoided. Vishing is similar to phishing, but vishing is by via phone call. So vishing, it's usually a scam likely call. You usually see a call like that. They ask for your personal information. They try to, tell you a story and then try to get your information. Similarly, you have smishing. So smishing is phishing via text message, via SMS. So you will get an SMS. Usually there is a link, and there is or they will ask you to provide information which or to respond to certain questions which you will respond, not knowing that they're stealing your information. Tailgating. Tailgating is following someone into a secure area without authenticating into the building. So that's tailgating. Someone is approved, they scan their badge and they're getting in, and then the tailgater, is just following behind without initially being approved into the uh, the facility. Impersonation. Impersonation is pretending to be someone you're not. So you can use impersonation with other forms of social engineering. Or you call or you go to a location and you say, "I'm the IT technician. I'm here to fix the computers to perform updates." Meanwhile, you are not the IT technician, and they let you in. Brand impersonation is a little bit similar, but here you're pretending to be a legitimate brand for fraudulent purposes. So it's a little bit similar to impersonation, but here it's pretending to be a brand, a legitimate brand. Pretexting. Pretexting is the art of creating scenarios. So you're creating fabricated scenarios to obtain information. You're creating a story, a backstory to obtain information. Baiting is obtaining something enticing, like a fake reward. You're promising something, you're promising something enticing, like a fake reward, or money or something similar to trick individuals. Typosquatting is also common. Typosquatting is registering web names, like web names that are similar to popular websites. For example, you take a look at this. Someone can, register a fake name like Amazon with 2ns.com or something similar. So typosquatting works because most people will be, victim and perform a typo when they're entering a website, a domain name. So for example, here you have Amazon. Here you have Yvonne who is trying to log into Amazon.com, and Instead of one Z, she enters two Zs. Now, suppose that the hacker had purchased the Amazon.com website with two Zs. What happens next? He will generate this fake website and then, enter the credit card portion and everything. So next time when Yvonne tries to make a purchase, you will go straight to the hacker. So that's what happens. And that's why many reputable sites, they purchase domain names, even with typos. For example, facebook.com, if you try to enter Facebook with only one O, facebook.com, it's still going to take you to the actual Facebook, which it doesn't here. Let's try again. So facebook.com with one O takes you to the actual Facebook. And you have business email compromise. Business email compromise, what is this? This is compromising legitimate business emails. So they're using a legitimate business email and trying to compromise other people either within the organization or external, like third parties and vendors. And you have watering hole attacks. What are watering hole attacks? Here, the attackers compromise websites or sites that are frequently visited by their victims, by their targets. For example, imagine employees of, let's say, CNN.com, of CNN, and we know that CNN, they have a very big security. It's very hard to hack into the CNN. So what do? They know that, I'm just taking an example here, that some CNN employees like to go and do their shopping on a fake website called shopping.com. I'm just making this up. And shopping.com is not secure. So what do? They hack the shopping.com, they get information from the CNN users, and then from there, they get into their computers and they have access to the CNN data. For example, very high level example. So these are a few types of social engineering attacks. You have phishing, you have tailgating, you have impersonation, you have pretexting, you have watering hole attacks, and a few more. And just to conclude on the social engineering part, so we have a video on our social media page on our Instagram. We have a few videos. By the time you will be watching these, there will be more videos. So you can find out how to protect your accounts, and we will be uploading videos on the different types of social engineering attacks.
All right, guys, so this concludes our course for today. Hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to follow us on all our social media platforms, which includes YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. And we have awesome Amazon flashcards for just $15 to help you study. Let's check out a topic, shall we?
Yep, sure.
What about encryption? How would you describe that?
So encryption is like a technology that scrambles data to make it unusable for unintended parties.
Wow. And how did you know that?
I purchased these flashcards on Amazon by Cybermook, and for only $15, I mastered cybersecurity.
Awesome. Don't forget to get yours today.
Thank you.